Bugs was a how many rebounds? 16 rebounds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. This might be a dumb question. Where do you get your drive? Well, I mean, you're a good rebounder. Where does that come from? Where do you get that energy to go get rebounds?
My teammates, honestly. I mean, this far, I'm not gonna lie, I've been struggling. So, and then, I'm gonna shout her out. I just was talking to her one day, and it just kind of put things in perspective for me. And I hold it dear to my heart. She told me, when you have confidence, it makes me have confidence. So I've taken that and try to bring it into every game, because that, to me, that's okay, well, I'm showing up for my teammates. If my teammates believe in me, then I need to. So, and even when I don't believe in me, my teammates do. So honestly, I'll credit to my teammates right now. They're encouraging me throughout everything. Mr. Shaw, you got it. I'm getting to the next one. I'm looking for you. I know Bella, she told me today, I'm boxing out, but you go get the rebound, and that's just our thing. So honestly and truly, I would say my teammates, they motivate me. They help me stay loose. So
I know we talked about it before the season started. I mean, you're a senior. You're a leader now, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
8 games in, are you getting more comfortable in that role where you kind of have to be the leader?
Yeah. I'm getting there. I think it is definitely hard. I think a lot of people misconstrue leadership as just easy and kind of I guess empower in a way, but leadership is more than that. It's team. It's breaking little things down. It's being connective. It's the togetherness. It's the hard parts, and the challenges definitely make you. So I think I'm doing pretty good. It's hard sometimes, and I still have to give myself grace, but I also need to know I have people behind me that are going to help me, so I'm not in this by myself.
Markayla, I think you had 21 assists on 29 made baskets today as a team. How important is sharing the basketball to the success of this team?
I mean, you just can't do it by yourself. It's impossible. I think with this group, we have a lot of great talent, and just being able to share that talent amongst each other is going to make us really good, for sure. We have a lot of big pieces, and people who can do different stuff are very versatile. Anyone can basically guard everybody, or everybody has their own bag, and I just think that when we share that amongst us as a team, it's going to make us go far, for sure.
But what does Bugs mean to you? How important?
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you asked. Oh my gosh, I've been waiting to tell y'all about Bugs. I love Bugs. She has helped me a lot. Since I'm the only freshman on the team, I think that sometimes it's been hard because I'm new to everything, and I'm Division I, Big 12. This is a big deal. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's just been a lot of pressure around that. But no, yeah, Bugs has helped me so much. More than she will ever know, just on staying calm, and her just telling me her freshman year stories and how everybody has to go through it to grow. But I'm also learning to give myself grace, and she has helped me with that because she has to give herself grace all the time. So no, but for real though, I really do love Bugs, and she does help me a lot. Like I said, like she said, when she has confidence, I have confidence, because I've been watching this team, the OGs like Bella, Bugs, and Jana grow up in the game at Baylor. So whenever she gets a rebound, I'm like, okay, let me get a stop. Let me lock in. No, but for real though, yeah.
I know Coach Nikki has talked about kind of the internal monologue you have going on during a game. Tell me about your energy on the court. It seems like you're pumping yourself up, pumping your teams up. Where does that come from?
I like to say I have probably an alter ego, like a twin sister on the court. I feel off the court, I'm very bubbly and laugh, but on the court it's I'm about to, I don't know how to explain it. But no, I think this team for sure, if someone is defending really hard or grabbing a hard rebound, it make me want to okay, I got to get this for them. I got to do it, get on the floor. No, yeah, I think this team has a lot of energy and personality, so I think it just makes me super hype.
Yeah, y'all are undefeated here at home, of course. Game 2 of 5 in this long homestand. You guys really haven't had one. What does it mean? What do wins like this mean, especially here at home?
It means a lot. I mean, I think for us, like starting out our season in Paris, like that was beautiful, amazing. But it's been a hard November for us. It's been like just not even just game wise, but also travel wise, and having to juggle that in school. So to have these wins and have these home games, it means a lot. Like you get to be in the comfortability of your own home. Like I can sleep in my own bed like tonight for the next 5 games, and just our fans like. It means a lot. Like you don't want to be anywhere else but home. The energy, just the hypeness of okay, I'm comfortable here, and I know I don't know, I guess just the comfortability here, but it just means a lot.
Yeah, y'all, that's sweet.
Yeah,
y'all shot 61% in that first quarter. You know, coming out, controlled the tempo pretty early on, kept the tempo. Whole game pretty much. What felt different? I know your break was short, but what felt different just with the energy and coming out here after kind of a little bit of break, going home, seeing family, all the things?
Oh, it was a lot. I think, like you said, like having a little break, and then getting to come out today. Like we've been struggling a little bit just off that travel, but just like I said, being back home, we've have to, I guess, fight adversity, and whoa, that's close. We've had to fight adversity, and I think that's helped us this far, especially like playing, because we're not only battling our opponent, but like I said, like off jet lag off the plane, and like you're still tired, and that's recovering. So just to be able to be at home means a lot to us, and I'm super happy that we're home.
Bugsy had 14 turnovers as a team today. I know that there were last couple games you've had 20 or more as a team. As you get into Big 12 play and with some bigger teams coming up, how do you as a team fix turnovers?
We just have to do it. And I know that sounds like very cliche, but like we have to do that. We have to take pride in that because it is gonna creep up on us. I know Coach Nikki and all the coaches, they tell us about that, and it's true. Like we honestly and truly, it's on us. We have to make up our mind to not turn the ball over and just be smart. Like not be perfect, but you turn it over once or twice, but like, hey, okay, we're turning it over, and we need to really hone in on that because further down the line, it's not going to be, oh, okay, we'll turn. No, like it'll be the it'll be win or lose in a game. So honestly, like I said, it's just we have to make up our mind to not turn the ball over and just really own the ball. So yeah. All right, thanks.
Coach, 21 assists, 29 made baskets. How important is the sharing the basketball to the ultimate goal that you want to get to this season?
Well, I think the nature of how they guarded us, if we weren't assisting on baskets, we wouldn't have scored a lot today. I just think they played a lot of zone. They played a lot of kind of junk defenses. They played some box and one on Talia. And so by nature, like I think the combination of playing in transition and then playing against zone, like it's hard to score against zones if you don't pass the basketball. So I thought we figured some things out as the game went along. Whether we made or missed the shot, that's one thing. But I thought we got to a lot of really good shots, and a team that turns people over 24 times a game. I think that by them limiting possessions, that changed the nature of the game. They didn't play like they normally play, so it was going to be harder for them to turn us over as much. But I was happy to just have a positive assist to turnover today.
Those turnovers, I think you had 14 today, but last couple games. How do you fix those? Is there something you can put your finger on?
We've been working on our dribbling, and we've been working on our passing and our pass fakes. And sometimes it's just trusting the person to your right and left, and not trying to do too much. And I think that's when you trust your teammates. And I don't think it was ever there was this purposeful distrust. Okay, I think it's learning to play with people. But when you try to do too much, you're apt to turn the basketball over against good teams. And so I think it's yes, we have to work on what are we looking for. I can't turn anyone on this team into a Sarah Andrews type passer. Like Sarah could see what was in front. She could see what was behind. She could throw the pocket pass. She could throw, like, Sarah was an elite passer. I just need us to make simple plays. We talked a lot about hitting singles and not trying to hit home runs. Like, just make the simple play, and not force things. If it's a 3-on-1, like if the wide open kick out is to the 3-point shot, let's throw it to the 3-point shot. And then if we don't thread it to the low person, they can rebound the miss on the backside. And so that's what we have to do to be a higher assist team and a lower turnover team, is just hit singles, make simple plays, and not set illegal screens. Yeah.
Yeah, Coach, first quarter threes from each of your starting five. What can you just say about this starting group and just their comfort level playing with one another? And, of course, as the bench comes in, but these starting five, to be specific.
Yeah, that was I'm sure that was hard as a fan. That was hard for me standing on the sideline to watch them dribble 20 seconds away every time. And then it's hard. What I was proud of that starting group is that as much as we took quick shots in the first quarter, they were pretty good shots, and so we got in transition. We moved the ball around against the zone. The first quarter, they were a majority in that box and one, and I told them if we can beat it down the floor, it doesn't matter what they're in. So I thought we shared the ball and we were patient most possessions. And then they didn't give themselves a chance to score. I mean, they dribbled away the majority of the clock and relied on one-on-one. And they're at their best when they offensive rebound. I mean, so by not really getting opportunities to offensive rebound, it actually made it easier for us. And then I didn't want to sub because we were standing for 20 seconds, so it wasn't like we were getting tired chasing them around. So I didn't really sub the whole first quarter because the pace was so slow that we would run down and shoot a layup or an open three, and then we'd come down and we'd stand for 20 seconds, and one person would have to defend for 5 or 6 seconds, and then we had to grab a rebound. And so I think Bugs was grabbing them all during that stretch. KJ was blocking a shot or Bugs was rebounding.
Yeah, Coach, you held them to just 5 field goals at the end of that first half. What was the defensive game plan today, and how do you feel that your team executed today?
I thought, except for the third, I thought we executed. I think they probably made it easy for us in the first. We didn't have to chase people around screens. We didn't have to guard a lot of ball screens. I thought in the third our slip execution was bad. They were slipping us, and we didn't need to switch because they were slipping. So if anyone should know, we probably slip more than anybody in the country, so we should understand what they were doing to us. But I thought other than that, I think we have to shore up when teams take shots. We've got to rebound better. We gave up 16 offensive rebounds, and some of those team rebounds are block shots that we block out of bounds. And when those are elite rotational blocks, that's awesome. When it's like we're letting someone drive by us so we can block them, it's not really it runs time off the clock, but then we got to defend their baseline out of bounds. So I thought there were a lot of good things. We got to finish possessions with rebounds, and understand what a team is trying to get. Every team's going to have a couple plays that make you look bad in a game. I'd like to believe we do that to teams as well, but locking into the things we know they're going to do, and they're going to do a lot, and if they do it once or twice, and then by the 5th time, we probably shouldn't be getting slipped on anymore.
I think we talked to Bugs before the season about how, she's a senior, she's going to be a leader whether she wants to or not. Even when the offense maybe isn't always there, it seems like she's always still pretty relentless and has that energy. How important is that? And, where does that come from for Bugs? Why is she always so energetic, even if the offense isn't there?
I don't know that it's a taught skill. So it's one of those things where elite passers aren't taught, elite motors aren't taught. We can make someone work harder than they want to work. We can work with them on their ball handling and passing and making them a little better. But kids are born with vision. They're born with a motor. Do some kids with motors pick and choose? I mean, not every kid with an elite motor wants to like work their rear off in school. Like, they can still choose, but I think it's just who Bugs is. Like, it's not something I have to challenge ever. Like, why is she a good rebounder? Because she pursues the ball off the rim on every possession. Like, I was trying to explain like Bugs' mentality, why she's such an elite offensive rebounder. And it's not because she's the biggest, strongest, she doesn't jump the highest, but she pursues the ball on every possession. And if you are a calculated human thinking, if I go to the boards 25 times and I get 3 of them, that's not a very high percentage. And kids that think about that aren't good offensive rebounders because they're being calculated about how to use their energy. Bugs doesn't calculate, she just goes. Like, she's leaving before the shot goes up, so she's in position. And so I just think it's something that she's wired to do. And I think when you get offensive rebounds, like, you have opportunities to get putbacks. And if you're not making jump shots, it's a way to put points on the board too. And that's both for our team, but also selfishly for her, like getting double doubles feels better than 6 and 16. 10 and 16 feels better, and I put her back in the game to get her that opportunity. And what'd she do? She missed a shot, but then she got an offensive rebound and got a putback, and that's kind of who she is.
And then I also wanted to ask about Kayla Nelms. She only had, I think she played, 10 minutes, 11 minutes, all in the fourth. How has she grown? What more do you need to see, and how has she gotten better during the season?
Kayla has good skills. She has a good basketball IQ and a good feel. When Kayla practices hard, I play her and she gives us good minutes. It's not like, sometimes coaching is not rocket science. When that kid wants it and she shows up and competes every day in practice, she's going to get rewarded with opportunity. And she usually does a good job with her opportunity. But to me, it's like you have to have a standard, and the standard is to show up and compete every day. And if you do that, you're going to have opportunity to play. That doesn't mean that there aren't kids on our team that practice really, really hard and maybe don't play as much as some people. And that's the nature of, are you as good as the person at your position? What year are they? Like, what's their experience? All of that. So it's not an exact science. But I think Kayla has the opportunity to impact us when she wants to be elite in her practice habits.